This is a single Compsognathus. And here's a velociraptor and a tyrannosaurus, triceratops, brachiosaurus, apatosaurus, spinosaurus, and finally, I bet you can't subscribe fast enough, an Argentinos. This is a single velociraptor head. And here's one from Iguanodon, Allosaurus fragilis, Stegosaurus, Triceratops, Horridus, Pteranodon, Tyrannosaurus rex. And finally, I bet you can't subscribe fast enough, Spinosaurus. This is a single narwhal tooth. And here's one from a vampire fish and a babirusa, goblin shark, saber-tooth, elephant, beaver. And finally, I bet you can't subscribe fast enough, a god. This is a single thylacoleo skeleton weight. And here's one from a saber-tooth and an entolodont, megalocaros, diprotodon, woolly rhino, short-faced bear. And finally, I bet you can't subscribe fast enough, this is a single ant poop. And here's one from a mouse and a rabbit, human, dog, fox, wolf. And finally, I bet you can't subscribe fast enough, an elephant. This is a single rat head. And here's one from a cat and a dog, chimpanzee, crocodile, hippopotamus, elephant. And finally, I bet you can't subscribe fast enough, a whale. This is how a frog cries. And this is how a red squirrel does, and a wolf, zebra, cow, camel, moose. And finally, I bet you can't fast enough an elk. This is a single pteranodon fossil. And here's one from a Parasaurolophus and a Triceratops, Stegosaurus, Mosasaurus, Sarcosuchus, Tyrannosaurus. And finally, I bet you can't fast enough and Brachiosaurus. This is how a cat poops. And here, how a monkey poops. And a human, moose, tiger, elephant, dragon. And finally, I bet you can't flush your poop to like this video fast enough, Godzilla. This is how many offspring an elephant produces. And this is how many a giant panda produces. And a female moose, wolf, lion, Siberian tiger, red squirrel. And finally, I bet you can't fast enough a tree. This is how a cat pees. And here, how a monkey pees. And a goat, human, horse, moose, cow. And finally, I bet you can't fast enough a god. This is the effect of a bullet on an armadillo. And this is the effect of a bullet on a pangolin and on a crocodile, rhinoceros, hippopotamus, cave, buffalo, bison. And finally, I bet you can fast enough an elephant. This is a single muscle system of a hippopotamus. And here's one from a horse, a kangaroo, human, gorilla, honey badger, cheetah. And finally, I bet you can't fast enough a camel. This is how a mouse fart. And this is how a cat does. And a dog, human, cow, elephant, dragon. And finally, I bet You can't fart fast enough to like this video, a Godzilla. This is how a rat looks with pimples. And this is how a cat looks with pimples. And a dog, human, hyena, bear, giraffe. And finally, I bet you can't like fast enough a dinosaur. This is the number of mosquitoes needed to drain an ant's blood. And here's how many mosquitoes it will take to suck blood out of a rat and a cat, dog, human, cow, hippopotamus. And finally, I bet you can't like this video fast enough. This is a single meal of an Eoraptor, and here's from Compsognathus and a Velociraptor, Dilophosaurus, Iguanodon, Allosaurus, T-Rex. And finally, I bet you can't like fast enough Argentinosaurus.